and good morning. We're going to continue our series on cleaning up the household with various different simple solvents and washing agents. But remember, the house is part of your terrain of your mind. And so if your mind is dirty, you'll find out that, well, your house gets dirty and you don't even know it. But once you clean up your mind and you clean up the body, then you need to go ahead and actually maintain your internal, what I call terrain of your house, because that's an external projection of your mind. So today we're going to just do a simple tip of the day, and this one's going to be how to be able to get out the dust mites and all the critters that live in your brushes. Okay, I have two different brushes that I use here, and this is something that you want to do probably every 3 to 6 months or so. But when you comb your hair, it goes back wet. Remember, yeast, mold, fungus, detergents, hairsprays, whatever you're using on your hair, which most likely you need to change, because this is what we're trying to do, is get the chemicals and everything out of your hairbrush and just start from scratch. But not only that, there's a ton of parasites that live in our scalps called hair mites. Okay, we have dust mites in our pillows, and we go over all these different sequences on how to be able to get rid of a lot of critters that are living in your house. And if you want to get rid of hair mites out of your hair, which about 95% of the general population do, and more people, when you have more hair mites, it's because you have more sebum, because they eat oil. Okay, the oil that's secreted by our skin. And hair mites have a lot to do with hair loss, have a lot to do with pimples, wrinkles, all these different things. Waking up in the morning with the crust under your eyes, okay? Your ears being filled full of just microbial waste. So these are all different departments to clean out, but this one here reinfects everything that you clean out, even if you're following the other protocols, okay? You wouldn't believe what lives on here, and that's not even counting the toxicities, like we said. So I'm going to go over real quick here our lineup, and you can just use some simple household stuff. We're going to use 70% isopropyl alcohol. I got that from Costco. Some 3% hydrogen peroxide. And what you do is you thoroughly spray these little brushes. And the alcohol, what it does is it burns everything. It's sort of like napalm. And you just let it soak in there. Now, remember, underneath this foam, okay, is where a lot of critters live. They just come in and out of the little bristles here. Now, I started to wipe this down. I already did this first segment here, and this is what I first came out with, and that was just with my fingers. That was in my brush. You can't see it, remember. They look clean. Okay, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sanitize it, and we're going to, just like we did, we put in a little bit of water here in our Healthy Legend pans, which are non-toxic. Just going to turn it on low right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a teaspoon of activated charcoal, because that really sucks out a lot of poisons. If you don't have it, don't use it, but if you do, use it. And a big teaspoon of sodium bicarbonate here, and another teaspoon of salt. This is Soleil salt that we made. This is our blue-green algae salt. If you haven't seen how to make that, it's beautiful. Dr. Robert Cassar prism salt. And or you can use lemon, but that means you're not going to use the sodium bicarbonate. So if you don't have any of these products, you usually have salt in your house, okay? Use lemon and salt together. But the sodium bicarbonate and the activated charcoal and the salt really put a hex on what's living inside there. Sort of like napalm, burns everybody up. And plus it goes ahead and actually detoxifies at the same time. Remember, you got all different things you put in your hair, from gels to hairspray to just chemical dyes to whatever gets in there, okay? Your conditioner, your shampoo, you'd be surprised what lives in your brush, okay? And the reason being, like I said, number one reason is because we're wanting to get rid of the hair mites. And hair mites, basically how you lose your hairs, they eat sebum and they live in the pore. We can show a picture of this. And they colonize inside the pore so much, okay, that they poop the pore to death and cause it dysfunction, and you can smell it on your fingertips. You'll wake up in the morning and you'll have, like I said, crust on your eyelids, okay? You'll have dandruff on your hair, eyebrows, okay? Skin will be flaking. wrinkles, all these pieces. This is to really study the skin cleaning protocols, but then again, you have to go ahead and go behind you and actually clean up all the other parts. Same with your pillows, okay? Same with your bed. We go over that also, how to cleanse your dormitory, okay? Cleansing your kitchen's another thing also. We went over, remember the dirtiest thing in your house is not the toilet bowl, but it's these sponges that we wash things with, okay? And we also go over the same protocols to be able to go ahead and sanitize them. Remember, clean it up. Once you start to clean up your mind, you start to go ahead and ask questions. Remember, question everything, okay? Question the shampoos you're using, the laundry detergents you're using, the hairsprays you're using, the oils that you put on your body. This is all what I call terrain modification. And you're just upgrading, that's it. Upgrading, enhancing, and optimizing everything you do. So sort of question everything you do right now, because maybe you're missing a few things like mercury fillings in your mouth, okay? Blowing out mercury vapor and you're swallowing it. And it's killing the gut wall flora, okay? Remember, your intestinal tract houses a lot of different creatures in your body that make you so you could have a vital life, okay? Make you so you could have a happy life. Make you so you can have feel like an energized life, because they have a lot to do with hormones too. So there's so many different pieces to learn, and what you do is you just take a little bit at a time, a little bit. Just have to find somebody you feel secure with, and then, with the information, and then don't just believe them, investigate it. Look into it deeper. Okay, so now what we're going to do is to sanitize these guys. I just wanted to let them sit on there for a few, and I'm going to put my phone right here for a sec, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my towel, this is a clean part of the towel, and then I'm going to take this chopstick and I'm going to put it behind the towel like this, and then I'm going to go inside the brush here, and I want to scrape off as much garbage as we can. I already did that with my fingers, but and don't get any of this in your eyes, of course, and don't breathe it either, because the isopropyl alcohol is not good to put on your skin, and it's not good to breathe. So you want to get some air, while you're doing it, and you can see definitely that took out a big bunch of stuff, but I got most of the stuff already out. I've already done this one time, but we'll see what comes out of this one. This is the one I usually use, and again, don't get it in your eyes. And there's lots of stuff that live underneath the brush. Remember, brushes are houses for colonies of different types of things. Microbes, mycoplasms, just simple parasites, little tiny creatures. Remember, the hair mites are so small you can't even see them. They're tiny. Okay? You can feel them itching on your face. You wake up in the morning with crust, maybe poop, okay? Irritation, okay? Because they don't kill you. What they do is they just make you a little unsightly. They make you lose your hair. They make you get more wrinkles. They make your skin so it doesn't become vital, okay? Remember, I'm 55 years old, and the skin cleaning protocols really do work. They do. Not only skin cleaning or pore opening protocols, okay? But how do you get the thick layer of body fat to be able to get thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner so your skin can become transparent? Okay, I'm just showing you what happens to me. That's it. Okay, a lot of people say, why do you do these videos with your shirt off? Because I'm not hiding. I want to show you what I do really does have an effect on everybody that's tried this. Massive changes. Some people won't be able to get, on the program as much as I'm doing it, but you know what? Anything helps, especially when you're taking toxicity out of your diet, especially when you're just changing your ways. Changing your ways, even from just wearing a necklace that's a crystal that'll help you with your emotions. We have these on Earth Shift. Remember, if you don't have an Earth Shift kitchen, you're missing out, because this is how you do all these things, okay? This is my Earth Shift kitchen here. These are my probiotics that I make myself. This is one of my liquids of vitality I'm going to drink this morning. You can see blue-green algae, water, silica, minerals. And we have a variety of different, this is my tea station in the morning, different types of ginger root powder, turmeric, lucuma, almond, jungle peanuts. Okay, my yerba mate, triple blend seaweed. These are all pieces that you can add. Remember, the superfoods are super nutrient rich foods to make your body so it's strong, so it has the conductive minerals, the nutrient dense minerals, the heirloom foods, okay, not the GMOs. I don't eat GMOs. That's one of the biggest things that realistically, let's talk about tip of the day, do your research on GMOs. And if you want to eat hybridized and or genetically modified foods, how about these types of genetically modified entities go ahead and genetically modify your gut wall flora, possibly just to eat genetically modified foods now, which are incomplete foods that can't replicate, so that's not something you want to, go ahead and do. So anyways, here, get back on track. I'm going to take these, and we're going to just drop these in here. They're just going to go in for a few minutes. I'm going to put these face down because I want the steam to go inside. I'm going to shut this off. I don't want to burn, remember, the tips. Just pull that back a little bit, and we just boiled the water, and now I shut it off. Mix it back and forth. And what you're really trying to do, remember, is get that hot steam inside. Now you can put lemon, okay, in there. You can put, like I said, if you don't have anything else, that'll go ahead and clean stuff. But the hydrogen peroxide, okay, if you put it in the water here also, you can put like an ounce or two, depending on how bad yours is. But this one here, I'm just going to use the sodium bicarbonate, and I'm going to use the activated charcoal. So let me just get this, put this right here. And I'm just going to use a half a spoon of the activated charcoal here. Just put this in. Remember, this is only staying in for a few minutes, okay? As far as being really hot, I'm going to put in like a half a teaspoon. I'm going to let it sit in there. I'm just going to let the hot water just go down and down by itself. So it's going to stay in for about half an hour, but as far as being real hot, just a few minutes, because it starts going down really quick. As soon as I put the sodium bicarbonate in there, you'll notice that, okay, it starts to bubble. And you just mix it around. And then we'll mix it here like this. Remember, we've got it all off right now. Okay? All it's doing is it's brewing. And then what I like to do too, once it's been like that for a little while, I like to even turn them over this way so the fluid can get inside here. So just do this. And this, like I said, this is getting rid of all the creatures in there. This burns their day. This is also taking out a lot of toxicity. Activated charcoal is beautiful for reducing toxicity. That's why I also take that and test, internally. I have a whole detox cleanse that I do on myself about once a month, just to be able to rid myself of pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, whatever it is that's in my food. Remember, I try to keep it out of my food as much as I can. Why? Is because it causes my gut wall flora that live in my intestines. That's the small intestine. Remember, it's like 30 feet long. It causes me to be able to go ahead and get inflammation. So I stay away from all chemicals as much as I can. Okay, all of our bags that we have at Earthshift, don't throw them out. Okay, I save all mine. You can see I've got a bunch of empty bags right here. Okay, I just wash them out. These are food grade. They cost us like 60 cents a piece to do this. Okay, to use real good food grade plastic. Now, one of the best things to do, I didn't do, I'm going to put in the Soleil salt. This is the salt that I use on all my food, and it's got blue-green algae in it. I'm going to pour this right on top, just like a teaspoon, and I poured that right on top of the brush, so the spines are going up. I want to get inside. So anyways, the salt, what it does is just sanitizes stuff. So when you're finished though, just the simple tip here, okay, is if you've got a real nice wood brush, well, it may take the varnish off a little bit, okay? So if you have plastic ones, big deal. It doesn't hurt them at all. But if it is wood, then, well, you have to be sort of careful because the wood has usually a little, real small toxic varnish level, but it'll take that off anyways. And then you can put some coconut oil on it afterwards. So this is what we're going to use. What I do is I take our magnesium spray when we're finished. I'm going to brush it all out with the towel. Okay, wash it off in the sink first because the activated charcoal will get over everything. And I'm going to really squeeze it out. You'll get some water inside the brush and just shake it back and forth and squeeze it out. Wash it out as best as you can. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the magnesium. And my magnesium, what I do is this is the straight brine. And so for a lot of people, it's a little strong for them, but that's okay. It's better off than buying water. I use it straight. This is 31% non-diluted, and I take the magnesium down to about here, and then I fill the rest up with silica. And so this works excellent, this combination. It's like 10% silica, living silica. And silica, remembers, to help your skin, so it'll actually be transparent, be not saggy, it'll be tight. Remember, the skin cleaning protocols and regeneration protocols, not just one little thing. You just rack at them a little bit at a time. You don't have to change your diet. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is really start a few of the protocols. Once you find out they work, then you want to do the other ones, just the way it works. It's just too much for people I found out if you give people too much, they feel like they have to, sort of like go from one religion to another or start learning English language and you speak Spanish. It's too much for them. They have to concentrate too much. So what I do is I spray the magnesium in, like I said, and then what I do is I take my fingers and I dip them in the coconut oil. This is our organic, beautiful coconut oil. Smells beautiful. Put my fingers in, and then I lubricate everything inside. Okay? And then I also take some clove oil that I have. Clove's really good for disinfectant. And I put a little bit of water in here, or silica, and maybe 25 drops of the clove. Shake it up really good, and then I'll spray this on there, and this makes it so it stays clean. Remember, clove is one of the best sanitizers. So when you're finished brushing your hair, just to make sure nothing else crawls in, because hair mites aren't easy to get rid of. You got to do it a lot. Okay, you got to do these protocols because you got to keep wiping down the colonies, and they're living everywhere. Remember, your dogs, your cats, your birds, okay, just walking in from the outside, they get in, don't worry. And if you've got sebum, okay, and that's oil in your skin, then they live very good. That's why a lot of men lose their hair and a lot of women, because they got a lot of sebum. So we have different protocols also for that to be able to, there's Mom's clock, hey Mom. We have other protocols also to be able to actually to sanitize the internal pores. And if you're losing your hair, well, you can stop it and or regrow it back, okay? Most people can. Daniel Lewis, his is a perfect example. He's been doing these hair protocols, and his hair was really thinning on top. And he's only like 26 years old. And he says, I hate this. He says, I want to learn these protocols to grow my hair back. Once he found out there were hair mites and such. So he's been doing the protocol for like 6 months, okay? And his hair is so much thicker all the way through the top. I'll even do a little video on this so you can go ahead and see how it works. Sometimes, remember, what happens is your pores may not go ahead and grow back because they're dead. These things poop so much in the pore, they kill the pore, and all of a sudden you call that losing your hairline. Okay, so again, cleaning up the little pieces in your house. Like I said, you want to get rid of the hair mites, you sleep in your bed. Okay, you sit on your couch. These are all little pieces. So also make a solution that I make up, and I put also clove, okay, just a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, and that's if I'm not going to go ahead and put it on anything that's going to change its color. And I put in some vodka in here also, like I said, with clove, and I spray that on my couches if I have any type of materials. You can really spray these on the seats of your car, because remember, you've got hair mites on your car. Now you go to your car and then they come back on. So what you're trying to do is clean up everything basically you touch. Carpet, same thing. You can clean your carpets, and you can add some disinfecting solvents like hydrogen peroxide and different things, even alcohol, in the water as you're cleaning, and it really sanitizes. Sodium bicarbonate works excellent too. Okay, there we go. And that's the end of this. So, like I said, I would normally let this sit in for 30 minutes. So everything's good right now. Okay, so take that out. And the water's, it's hot, but it's not that hot. So it's already cooled down. And you can use this water. Remember, don't just throw it out. Go ahead and take your sponges, okay, and put those in there. Remember, you can start sanitizing everything. You can put your wooden spoons in here. Okay, so here's all my coconut and wooden spoons on this side. And you want to do the same type of procedure. You just put it in there, boil the water, then bring the boil down so it actually, is not cooking everything to death and cracking the wood. You just want to bring it to a hot boil. Then you want the water to work itself inside. So what I usually do, like I said, is I'm going to wash these out. I'll show you what I'm doing. And I just put the water inside here. You can hear the water going in. Shake it up. And get whatever dead creatures are in there, or whatever charcoal. And you want to do that quite a bit. Either that or just make some water in a bowl. Okay? And then you can hear it. Shake it up. And then you just put it upside down like this and try to squeeze it out, or just put it in your dish rack and let it drip out. See, it's coming out a little bit at a time. So you get the general picture, okay? And then again, I'm just going to wash this one out real quick. Doing this like I really should, because just for the sake of time. Then what you do is you clean everything off again, and put your fingers. I'm using my fingertips. Look at them. It's more black stuff's coming off. And it takes off some of the petroleum too, because remember, most of these brushes, they're super toxic because they're made with all different types of plastic materials. This is what I would do before I even go ahead and actually use a brush brand new. You want to clean it. You want to get all the toxicity out of it. Look at the garbage that came out of there. Okay, so magnesium, just spray that in just like this. And move everything back and forth. And then remember, my magnesium has also, it has the silica in there. And now I'm just going to use a little coconut oil. So all I'm going to do with the coconut oil is just put my fingertips in there, a couple drips, move my fingers around, and go back and forth. And lubricate everything, protecting. Coconut oil protects your skin. Coconut oil protects everything. You can put it on your furniture. You can use this as the premium oil to keep everything new. Coconut oil has lauric acid in it, so it's actually an antibacterial, and it also helps regenerate because the lauric acid helps your pores stay open, but not only that, healthy, so things can't get in it. I put coconut oil and magnesium on my skin 2-3 times a day. Okay, I feed my body with magnesium. I feed my body coconut oil and silica through my skin instead of trying to get it through my mouth all the time. The skin, once it's open, you can see my veins. They just stick right out. Okay, your veins are the doorway, the porthole to be able to, when you lay out in the sun, and we've done lots of videos on this, how you sanitize your body. Okay, remember, your skin, it's transparent everywhere. And like I said, I'm not showing you anything that you can't get. Okay, it's transparent everywhere. You can see right through the body. Okay, so once your body becomes thin, like, it's really easy to maintain. Go out in the sun. I just went out in the sun this morning for 30 minutes with my clothes off, and I got my whole body sanitized. And plus it gives me information in my mind, massive information, okay, in my mind, in my DNA, okay. It gives me the new tune of the sun for the day. It's one of the best things. Instead of staring at the sun, take your clothes off in the sun. It's way more effective. And I wouldn't really look into the sun too much because the sun's very powerful right now. It's in solar maximum and you can burn your eyes, okay, so be very careful. Take your hair. We've done solar sun series to show you how to do this on Earther Academy, and look into the sun with your hair, at least prismatically, diluting some of the power. And not only that, it's taking your DNA and it's transforming it to yourself. But learning all these different techniques, they're all in Earther Academy. They're advanced, but they're really not. They're simple. But for most people, even they are advanced, these are advanced to them is only because they haven't seen it yet. So remember, your skin is the largest organ of your body, and you must go ahead and make it so it's functional. If not, you can't detox yourself. Okay, so getting rid of hair mites in everything, okay, I don't want to really get them back, so you'd want to clean your, like I said, car too. You'd want to be able to clean the areas in your house, okay, to be able to make, including your pets, okay, including your pets. And you can wash them with sodium bicarbonate and charcoal, same thing. You can do the same pretty much sequence besides boil them. Use hot water, okay, and let them sit in the water with hydrogen peroxide. You put 4 ounces of hydrogen peroxide, fill a tub up this much with you know, as hot as the doggy can stand where it's comfortable, and then wash them with the hydrogen peroxide, and then let it really sit in there, really work the tissues in the skin. So you can also, like I said, put a couple tablespoons of activated charcoal, a couple big tablespoons, heaping tablespoons of sodium bicarbonate. You've got yourself a really good solution there to get rid of hair mites. Your animals should not be in your house, because if not, you just reinfect. And if you've got carpet, that's another big problem. In Hawaii, we don't have carpets here because of bugs. If I want to clean the house, I just move the portable carpets on the floor. But I don't have carpets here. It's too hard to clean. And especially when you live in a humid climate, because everything wants to live. And if you've got moisture, mold gets on almost anything that attracts moisture. Okay, I hope that's something that you can learn about easily. Remember, not even just getting rid of the hair mites out of your brush, getting the toxicity out of your brush, but just really, it's general maintenance of your house. But most people don't think of the sponge in their kitchen. Remember, the dirtiest thing in the kitchen, not your toilet, and your hairbrush. Remember, it's going on top of your head. Okay, all different types of, like I said, chemicals. Don't re-chemicalize your brush. Okay, there we go. Aloha. Thanks for watching.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.